The 2000 offseason was a memorable one for the Orlando Magic. Not only did they go out and get themselves a young Tracy McGrady to set up the franchise for the future, but they also got a version of Grant Hill that was coming off the best scoring season of his career. Add in top draft pick Mike Miller's lethal shooting, and you have a team that looked poised to tear the NBA apart. But what if I told you that it could have been even better? During that same offseason, the team nearly added Tim Duncan, giving them the size they need to compete with Shaquille O'Neal, who'd recently left the Magic, and the LA Lakers. It was a match made in heaven, but as the story goes, head coach Doc Rivers told Duncan his family couldn't travel and the team played to every game, and Duncan decided to stay loyal to Greg Popovich and stay with the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, that move worked out for Duncan as he went on to win 4 more championships and 2 MVPs with the Spurs, while the Magic wouldn't make it out of the first round of the playoffs until Dwight Howard's game started to mature during the 07-08 season. That said, they were certainly competitive over the next few years after the ill-fated signing attempt, meaning Duncan could have really made a big difference. Let's see if that's the case, roll back the clock, and give that 2000 Magic team a big injection of fundamentals. Okay, I have worked some magic. Pun intended, I guess. And we have made the trades needed to get the team looking as good as we possibly can, or as accurate as we possibly can to the blockbuster 2000 signing that would have been Tim Duncan going to the Magic. So let's look at the team. There's a couple players like John Ameche? Yeah, John Ameche. Who else? Andrew DeClercq, like a couple of guys who are not in the game, so I couldn't add them, but we have as close as I could get to accurate, including 43-year-old D Brown, or Daryl Armstrong, sorry. So D Brown's going to be starting at point guard for us, although he'll probably won't be bringing the ball up the court because that'll be probably happening from either Grant Hill or Tracy McGrady. Speaking of T-Mac, we've added him, and then we also have Ron Mercer and James Robinson, who I believe in real life is actually a point guard. So I don't know why he's a shooting guard here, but can he play both? Probably can play both. Yeah, he can play both. And then Circuit T-Mac. And then at small forward, we have Grant Hill, Monty Williams, and the rookie Mike Miller, who actually in the simulation, I started it in 99, and so played through that year, just simmed through it, and then got here. Mike Miller went undrafted, surprisingly. Did he get undrafted in real life? That could have been true, but I doubt it. He was fine, right? He was, yeah, all rookie of the year, 2-time NBA champ. Surely he got drafted, right? Whatever. Over to the power forward. Here we have a bit of a logjam. Not really, because obviously Tim Duncan's going to dominate this position, but Bo Outlaw and Pat Garrity also all the same age, playing the same position, but obviously Duncan has like way more size and is, of course, way better. And then at center, we have Dale Starks, who I believe is a created player. I don't think he's real, and Michael Doliak. So that's the team as it stood in 2000 with the addition of Tim Duncan. I'm going to not make any other trades, of course. I'm going to make sure the CPU won't make any trades, at least for a year. And then we will see if the Magic are able to capture their first title. Now, I will say, this simulation is already off to a bit of a weird start because there's a couple of things. First of all, in 1999, you'll never believe it, the Brooklyn Nets won the NBA championship. But then also, on top of that, here, this is where the My Era thing cannot quite be trusted, because if we go to all players, and we click on age, you're going to notice a name. Have you seen it? It's the third one down. That's right. Dennis Rodman, 19-year-old Dennis Rodman in 2000 is playing for the Dallas Mavericks. Of course, Dennis Rodman is not 19 years old. He's at the very end of his career in real life, but for some reason in this sim, he has become a 19-year-old man. So things are going to be weird, but we'll do the best we can. So let's go ahead and sim to the end of the season, and I will see you then. Okay, we are here at the end of the season. As you can see, Mr. Kobe Bryant with 34 points a game. What a season from the young man. I believe this season the Lakers did win the championship. I could be wrong. It definitely was not the Spurs, because I have Tim Duncan's Wikipedia page open right in front of me, and they did not win in 2000. So we'll see if the Magic are able to do anything else important. Rookie of the Year is Kmart for the Sixers. Is that who he played for? I think so. No, he's the Nets. He was the Nets, right? I think he played for the Sixers later. Sabonis gets Sixth Man of the Year. Alonzo Mourning, Defensive Player of the Year. Ginobili, Most Improved. That could be because Tim Duncan left. And then Larry Brown and Gary Samuels, who is for some reason looking away from us for Executive of the Year. So did the Magic make the playoffs? You'll notice at the top I'm playing as the Spurs this year. Wait, 59 and 23. That's too many games, right? Did they play more games back? No, they didn't. That's 70. No, that's 82. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. Okay, so here's our first team. Vin Baker, first team All NBA. That's didn't think you'd ever see that. Second team, Tim Duncan does make the team here. Second team All NBA, nice for him. Anybody here? No. Okay. All defensive first team. Duncan makes defensive first team. And Bo Outlaw. So our duo of power forwards making first and second team all defensive team. Any rookies? This would just be Mike Miller. Probably not going to make it. No, he did not. Okay. So we'll move on to the playoffs. Presumably the Magic made it. Let's see. Magic are on the East. They're the second seed. So let's check out their stats real quick before we move on. League news. Yeah. Wait. No? Wait. Where am I? Where is it? I feel like this happens every time. Stats and standings is where it is, obviously. Okay, let's go. Player stats. We'll do, whoops, wrong thing. We want to per game. And let's find the Magic would be this way, of course. The Magic are here. So T-Mac led the team in minutes, but Duncan, oh, okay, so 2 20-point scores. Now, here's the problem. T-Mac and D. Brown both injured going into the playoffs. So not the best look for your team heading into there. Okay, so Duncan 13 and 21, a pretty great season. D. Brown up there in assists. What has Grant Hill been doing? 15, 2, and 5. Not the best from Grant Hill, to be honest with you. Duncan almost at 3 blocks. Not bad. Do we have a good 3-point shooter? Let's see. Is anybody shooting good from 3? I mean, D. Brown is shooting well, but he's only taking, like, not even half a shot a game. So, not great. Okay, Pat Garrity, though, coming in clutch from deep. T-Mac hitting okay. Has Mike Miller done anything? Let's see. Michael Miller. He has played, no, he played in 3 games, averaging a minute per game. Okay, so Mike Miller not doing anything, unfortunately. But maybe he'll get there. Ooh, look at this. Wow, okay. So Boal is up 2 points in his overall. I'll do this game started. This will be a little easier to see who's moving up. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Daryl Armstrong. Whew. Struggling. That's going to be tough for us in the playoffs. Anybody else improving? Grant Hill stayed the same. T-Mac is a 78, so he's gone up maybe a few points, but not... Oh, well, he's hurt, so that doesn't really count. Boal is up, and Tim Duncan is the same. So let's see if they are able to make it through the first round even, because losing 2 of your starters this early is going to be rough. Also, check out the San Antonio Spurs, the team that I'm controlling. They're also the 2 seed over here in the West. Not bad. We just got eliminated by the Phoenix Suns. Okay, so the Magic did advance, but it was close. Can they advance past this round? Let's see. They do not. The Magic... Oh, wait. Okay, this one goes 7. So they do not advance. The Magic are out. Let's just go ahead and end this, see who makes it to the end and wins it all. It's the Denver Nuggets. Who's their star? Nick Van Exel. Okay, let's look at the box score here. So who do the Nuggets have? They have Van Exel, Billups, McDyess. Wow. Dang, this is a throwback team if I've ever seen one. Rafe LaFrentz out there. Billups putting up a 19 and 14 game. Dang, in the playoffs. Very nice. Look at that. Man, all those threes. Okay, who's over here? So they have... Is that Jason Terry? A young Jason Terry? Just destroying. Oh, actually destroying but getting destroyed because they lost 111-82. So playing well for himself, but not for... This is a bad team too, just so we can be clear. Yeah, I would say definitely the injury bug hit us this year. So we'll go into next year Now I'm going to let the computer play a little bit more. I'm going to let them make some trades if they'd like to. But we will get to the start of the year. We'll check out who the team is, see if they made any changes, and then we will sim again to the end. All right, so let's check out the team. They have gotten rid of Daryl Armstrong, which makes sense. And they've gotten us down to two-way player and Julian Cohen. So I think these are created players, but I could be wrong. They still have D Brown in the squad, but he's very much aging. Over at shooting guard, of course, T-Mac's still here. And they've added Greg Buckner to a deal. Everyone's on one-year contracts, which is weird. And they've added Darius Miles, which is interesting. 20-year-old Darius Miles into the team. So that's an interesting pickup for them, definitely. Definitely someone that could come in and play power forward as needed if they need to move one of these big guys up. Of course, Boal is only 6'8" too, so it's not like he can go play center very often, especially in this era of the NBA. And then Mark Dolak, Dale Starks, Rasheed Rowe, and Eddie Curry. Okay, so they went and drafted Eddie Curry. That's big for them. Also, he is on, I think, the biggest contract on the team. Yeah, Eddie Curry's the only person with a real contract. I guess Darius Miles too. So this is a very weirdly paid team right now, but I guess it works. Okay, so that's the team. Can they make it to the playoffs? Can they make it further than the second round like they did last year? We'll find out. I think I'm going to try to sim through 2005 because that would have been 2 championship years for the Spurs. So give them at least, well, obviously they have more than 2 opportunities, but give them those 2 championship years Duncan put out. Also, this is 2002, so this year and the next year would have been his MVP years, or 2 of his 3. No, yeah, his 2 MVP years. So I think that kind of captures the best of Duncan in this era. So we'll go with that. So we're going to sim to the end. I'll see you at the end of the season. Is back-to-back, baby. Kobe Bryant, this time averaging 37 points a game. Last time was 34, so he is upping his ante quite a bit. We're going to check, actually, after this to see if Shaq still plays there, because I would be surprised at this point if Kobe is putting up 37 points with Shaq Daddy still on the team. Rookie of the Year goes to Gilbert Arenas for the Jazz, which is a weird thing to see. Not that he's winning Rookie of the Year, but that he's doing it for the Jazz and not the Warriors. Dennis Rodman, the young Dennis Rodman, he's only 20 years old, has won 6th Man of the Year. Ben Wallace, who is the person that we traded away to get Tim Duncan, just because of how the sim was working up to that point, gets Defensive Player of the Year, which this would have been his Defensive Player of the Year years, so it makes perfect sense. Or at least, no, it probably would have been, no, that's wrong. He would have been Defensive Player of the Year 04, 05 in there-ish, maybe 03, so he's a year or 2 away, but still pretty close. Andre Miller gets Most Improved, and Larry Brown and Gary Samuels, again, looking away from us, win the Coach and Executive of the Year. I assume they play for the same or coach for the same team, but whatever. Okay, so we have Kobe, Steve Nash, KG, Vin Baker again somehow, and why is Vin Baker so good? And then here, okay, Tim Duncan makes 2nd team. Wow, look at this. Penny and Jason Kidd. Dang. Penny at 30 years old making all NBA 2nd team. That is wild. And Marcus Camby coming in and getting 2nd team. About 3rd team. Okay, Shaq does play for the Lakers. That's wild. Okay, so no one else except for Duncan in the 2nd team. Bo Outlaw, though, does get 1st team. And, and Tim Duncan gets 2nd team. Okay. This is for defense. Man, Bo Outlaw somehow just out here dominating in the paint somehow. Never thought I'd see that. And then rookies. Anybody for the Magic? No. Shane Battier went to the Grizzlies still. He might not have gone there originally. I don't really remember. So there's that. Okay. Did they make the playoffs? They are the 2 seed yet again. This time the Spurs, however, are the 7th seed, so not nearly as good as they were last year. Okay, let's check out stats. Season stats, player stats. Get to the Magic. How are they doing? Oh my gosh, T-Mac, Grant Hill, and D Brown are injured again. This is going to come back to bite them, I think. Okay. Still about the same here in these stats. It looks like nothing too surprising. Can we just check? What about... Okay, Eddie Curry played in 22 games. Darius Miles played in every game, actually. Averaged 8 points a game, not bad. But Mike Miller, yeah, still not playing at all. Not getting any point. Didn't score a single point this year. So Mike Miller's ascension in real life is not happening here, unfortunately. Although it is up to a 74. I believe he started a 60 or 72. He started a 68, so he is moving up, which is good to see. This team could be nasty if they could ever stay healthy. So D Brown is out for 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. T Mac also out for 2 to 4, and Grant Hill is out for. So everybody's out for 2 to 4 weeks. That's probably most of the playoffs. So they're really going to have to ride Duncan and Outlaw to the end if they're going to have a chance here. Okay, let's see if they can even make it out of the first round. They did not. They're done. Dang. Okay, the injuries really killed them. The Spurs, though, did make it through the first round, somehow beating the Lakers. And the Wizards, led by Richard Hamilton, pull off the MVP, the victory over the Mavericks. Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki's Mavericks, in fact. What do they have? Bob Sura, Rip, Juwan Howard. They got some players. What was that score? 102. Okay, so it was close. Okay, 4-1. So still a blowout this year. Okay, so they did not progress, but I will say the injuries are definitely holding them back in a major way. So hopefully this next year, we'll see what the team looks like. And hopefully in this next year, we can stay healthy going into the playoffs. I'm just going to keep you here because it should be over in a second. Oh, we're going into a new era. Look at this. Oh, LeBron's here now. Look, there's our man, but he's in the wrong jersey. Also, that Shaq looks very photoshopped. Okay, sure. All right, let's see what the team looks like real quick, and then we will sim on. Dang, look at... Wait. Ben Wallace. Quietly the best player for... Nope, there we go. Okay. Okay, no new point guards. Still got T-Mac. He's now a 90. He was a 91 last year, so he's actually gone down 1 point, which is not ideal. Grant Hill's gone down 2, so that's not great. Darius Miles has not increased at all, and Mike Bibby has gone up a 1. Tim Duncan's still a 94. Bo Outlaw still an 88. Eddie Curry is now our best big man, which is probably good considering he has like a real size and is young. But yeah, no major moves for the Magic this year. Okay, so we will sim. Look at that. Profit. Negative $91 million. Man, we are running a great franchise over here at San Antonio. Okay. I guess people just are not buying enough of our churros. Okay, we will get to the end of this season, and I will see you back in a second. He has been dethroned, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Nash is now your MVP, averaging 31-11. That's an incredible season. And a 95, 50, and 40, almost 44%. That's a incredible stat line for a point guard. Okay. Rookie of the year goes to Yao. The Jazz quietly assembling quite the squad. Back-to-back Rookie of the Years for them. Steven Jackson gets Sixth Man of the Year. Ben Wallace, back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year. Billy Gooden, Most Improved. Nick Gordon, he looks very angry, but he has won the Coach of the Year. And Bokar, again, looking away from us, is the Executive of the Year. Okay, let's look at the teams. Vin Baker still, and Elton Brand. What is happening? This is like, imagine Elton Brand was good. He was fine. He was just not. I don't know if he'd ever been on that level. Wendell Brimmer, some made up man. Is that a real person? There's no way Wendell Brimmer is a real man. Let's see. Wendell. Apologies for my. Yeah, not a real person. Okay, great. Third team. Tim Duncan finally makes the list, along with Lamar Odom, another kind of out of nowhere one. And defensive team, Gilbert Arenas, first team all defense. Wow, okay. T-Mac makes second team alongside Duncan. No Bo Outlaw this year, unfortunately. And the rookie team, no one makes that list for the, what are we playing? For the Magic. Russ Morgan. A lot of fakes in this one, just too bad. It's wild that when a fake can beat out like Caron Butler, but oh well. Okay, did they make the playoffs? They're the 5th seed, so not as good this year. San Antonio moving up, though, as the 6th seed. Let's check the stats real quick. This is, what is this, 2003? So this would have been, so Duncan would have been on his 2nd MVP in real life. Of course, we know that did not happen here. But did he have a good season? This is, I will say this, the first time they're all healthy, except for Darius Miles. But the main core is all healthy going into the playoffs. Duncan's rebounding numbers are a bit down, which is unfortunate, but T-Macs are up as far as, I think his rebounds and his points are up. So T-Mac having a better year than he had been having. He's up to a 91, which is good. Grant Hill obviously deteriorating. For some reason, Dale Starks is getting a lot of playing time, even though, I mean, it seems like Curry's been mostly healthy, so maybe he's just not doing a very good job. Oh, he's better. He's actually better. Wow. Okay, Dale Starks is 78. Eddie Curry's is 77, so I guess it makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so this is the first year they're healthy. Where's Mike Miller? Still can't get in any games, although he didn't score. Wait, yeah, he didn't score again. He played in 12 games and didn't score a point. That's incredible. Wow, come on, Mike Miller, we need you. What is he up to? This is like we're following. He's like the side quest in this. We're following him. 72. He's up another point. All right, so they're healthy. First time that's happened so far in this sim. Can they make it through the first round? They did make it through the first round the first year. Second year, I believe they got bounced round 1. So hopefully they can improve this year. They did not. They've been eliminated. Good Lord. Okay. I've yet to have one of these go successfully. Nick Van Exel, again, Finals MVP. This is the second time we've seen Nick Van Exel, and the Nuggets win one. And I was going to say he's doing it with new people, but no, this is the Pacers that somehow are playing in the NBA Finals with Reggie Miller, who's got to be like 38. Let's see. 37. A 37-year-old Reggie Miller. Someone named Malcolm Caldwell. Wang Zhizhi, who, that does not look like Wang Zhizhi, I must say. Jalen Rose, who's in his 30s. This man, Wendell Brimmer, who's that rookie, or not rookie, but that young man that was way high up there. Al Harrington. Is that Richard Jefferson? And Richard Jefferson only scoring 4 points. This is, wow, man. And then over here you have the Nuggets winning with the Nick Van Exel, Chauncey Billups duo that, everyone knows is going to be superstars. And Dick Moncrief out here from France getting 17 points in 16 minutes, which is an incredible game from him. And Rafe LaFrance playing pretty well. Is that Grayson Allen? No, it's too early for that. Yeah, okay. Well, I got to be honest. The teams that are winning are not the teams you would think would win. So I don't feel that bad that we're losing, because it just seems like the simulation is a little screwy today. I will see you at the start of the next season. All right, this is our second to last season, and we have made some big changes at point guard. Now, I didn't make these changes, of course. The computer did, but they went and got Gerald Hughes, Luke Rittenauer. They still have this guy on the two-way contract. Who's their shooting guard? Still got Tracy McGrady, but they went and added an old, aging Nick Anderson, who did play for the Magic back in the day, so, he's coming home. Still have the two-way guy. Grant Hill's still here, but he's 31, aging quickly. Darius Miles has not increased his overall, I don't think, at all. So he, even though he's only 22, is kind of like killing the team right now because he's not taking over for Grant Hill, who's 31 now. Monty Williams, of course, he's aging. Mike Miller, not progressing as fast as you would like. Power forward, we still have Duncan and Outlaw. Duncan has not gone up in overall for a couple of years, which is too bad. But Outlaw playing well, 89 overall. And they added Raymond Thorpe. And then over here at center, Eddie Curry's actually gone up a couple spots. And Dale Starks is still here. And they've added Luis Wise, probably through the draft. But he does not look like he's going to be much of a player. So nothing big. No big signings for the Magic, which is unfortunate because they have not made it very far in the playoffs. But they're like one of those teams that is a piece away from being a real contender. Can they become a real contender this year? We'll find out as we sim to the end of this season. We have another back-to-back winner, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Nash out here with, I think, an even better season overall. 33 points, 11 rebounds, or 11 assists, and I think better percentages almost across the board. So great season for Steve Nash yet again. Rookie of the year is LeBron James, unsurprisingly. A Pistons LeBron James this go around. Okay, that's wow. Okay, so that's like I will say that to me that like gives me pause because that game against the Pistons where he scores 26 points in a row or whatever in the fourth quarter and overtime. That's like one of those I remember where I was and what I was doing when that game happened. Also shooting 40% from three. Probably not taking a lot, but still. Ricky Davis is your sixth man of the year. Shaquille O'Neal gets defensive player of the year. An aging Shaq, but still 21 and 11. Still playing for the Lakers, by the way. You're welcome, Kobe. Eugene Curry, not Eddie Curry, gets most improved. Would have loved to see Eddie Curry get that. That would have been great for us. Lamar Gordon is coach of the year. And Jacob Dawson is comfortable with himself enough to look at us, actually, this time around. And he is one executive of the year. Okay, over at the teams, nobody from us makes it. It's going to be tough now with LeBron in the league. And even with KG and Wendell Brimmer, apparently. Vin Baker's still up here somehow. And yeah, no one from us makes it any of the teams. That's unfortunate. All defensive teams, nothing from us. Nothing from us still. Gilbert Arenas somehow, all defensive second team for him. Okay. Rookie teams. Oh my gosh. Somehow the Pistons got Wade and LeBron. What is that, like 6 years early? Holy Lord. Also, the Yao Gilbert Jazz add Chris Bosh. Oh my gosh. We're building some monsters. Okay. And we actually, Gerald Hughes did win all rookie second team for the Magic. Did they make the playoffs? That's what's important. Oh my God. They didn't even make the freaking playoffs. Let's look. I didn't want to do that. I want to look at the standings. Were they close? Oh my Lord. They're the 12th. Oh my goodness gracious. They're terrible. This was 2004, so this would have been a down year for Duncan. In between championships and MVPs. No, he was coming off an MVP, excuse me. But in between championships. Oh, I can't, man. I'm truly unbelievable that this is happening. They're this bad. Yeah, I mean, where Grant Hill is just like completely deteriorated. I mean, look, like Bo Outlaw's still really good. Eddie Curry getting better. I mean, I don't know what else to do here. I mean, obviously, like I can make trades and stuff, but I don't know what else to do without intervening. Because they suck. Okay, well, I guess we'll just see who wins. And then we're going to do one more year. Give them one more chance to see if they can pick up the 05 win, the Mavericks win. Of course, that's good for Steve Nash. He just won MVP. So, and Dirk's out here getting MVP. Let's look at these two teams. They swept the Nets. The Marbury Hornets Kittles Nets. They got Zebo too. And Haslam. And Murasan, of course. And then who do the Mavs have? They have Dirk, Finley, Nash. Who's this? Chambers. Casey Chambers. That's a fake player. Is this guy fake? Maybe not. Dennis Rodman. Oh, this is not fair. I forgot they had They have young Rodman, a 23-year-old Dennis Rodman. Okay, yeah. So this is, and Sean Bradley's still an 86 at 32 years old. That's Cedric Ceballos is on this team. 34-year-old Cedric Ceballos. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. We have one more season for the Magic to pick up a victory. It does not. I gotta be honest. If I'm Tim Duncan and I'm watching this video, which, hello, Tim, how are you doing? You're a great player, even though I don't really like your team very much. But if I were you, I would definitely be happy that I stayed with the Spurs at this point because the Magic kind of suck. We'll see you at the start of this season to see if they make any changes. All right, we're here in the last season, and I have really bad news if you're a Magic fan. Your two-way player is now your best point guard because Gerald Hughes coming off his second team all-rookie season and Luke Ridnour have not progressed like you were hoping they would. Over at shooting guard, they still have T-Mac, but he's gone down to an 88. And then someone named Bryant Nelson, who actually has an A potential, so he could be a good player. Grant Hill has deteriorated almost completely to a 73. And then everyone here is down on their luck. And yeah, they've added nobody. Can we just really quickly look at these Detroit Pistons? I'm sorry, I gotta see this. Where are they? Pistons. Oh my God. LeBron, Jerry Stackhouse, D Wade, Andre Miller, Christian Laettner, Caron Butler. This is just disgusting. Oh my goodness gracious. And Lindsey Hunter even. Holy crud. Okay. All right. I'm going to sit through this season. I'm assuming the Magic won't even make the playoffs this year, but hopefully Tim Duncan can drag them through and get them to a playoff appearance. All right. This one's out of nowhere. Kenyon Martin is your MVP of the 2005 season. So anything can happen, folks. Rookie of the year goes to Alan Perkins, some random guy who 12-10 as a rookie. That's pretty good. Jay Williams is your sixth man of the year. Shaquille O'Neal, back-to-back defensive players of the year. Brent Kennedy is your most improved. And then Alex Hartman and Jacob Dawson back again for executive of the year, even though his team is not really that good. So I don't really understand that. Okay. Yeah, no one in the first team. Gilbert up there. And LeBron, of course. Nobody in the second team. It's not looking good. The Mike Bibby for the Grizzlies picking one up. And no one on the third team either. What about defensive teams? Nope. And nope. Rookie teams? No. Did they make the playoffs? The Magic did not make the playoffs. We'll look at them real quick. It's very unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, they weren't even close. They were a little closer than last year, but still nowhere close. What about their stats? One last look before we kick this team off into the sunset. Okay. Still, nothing has changed. It's like the same stuff. I guess Eddie Curry has been improving. He's up to an 82 now, but no one is really making a big leap. Gerald Hughes still playing well. Bo Outlaw is a 90 overall and is only averaging 9 and 7. So it could, and he's starting every game. So I'm assuming Tim Duncan's starting at center and Bo Outlaw starting at power forward. So I don't really understand why he's not doing more as a 90 overall. I guess he's tired. Maybe it's that contract that he's playing on a terrible contract that he's mad. I don't know. You look at Tim Duncan's on a $5 million contract and Gerald Hughes is on a $67 million contract. So maybe they're just mad about some of these contracts these rookies have. But yeah, this is very, very, very depressing. Grant Hill, terrible. It's just, they're just not a good team. It's a good thing if you're a Spurs fan, but really even if you're a Magic fan, that you didn't bring Tim Duncan in, so you didn't waste one of the league's best talents. And look at that. My Memphis Grizzlies go out and win the championship in the last year we're going to do this simulation. So on that note, I'm going to sign off. It is very clear Tim Duncan, I'm sure you knew this before, but he made the right choice in not trying to form a super team with Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill in Orlando and sticking with his Spurs so he could go on to win 1, 2, 3, 4 NBA championships and 2 MVPs en route to what is sure to be. Is he already? If he's not, he's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer. Basketball. Yeah, he's Basketball Hall of Fame. He was inducted to the Basketball Hall of Fame in what year? 2020. Perfect. If it's the first year he's eligible, it's definitely he should have been in there first time for sure. He's a great player, and luckily for all of us, the big fundamental did not take his talents to Orlando. So I'll see you all next time. Bye.